Rather be 20-0 and lose, or 0-20 and win. Of course I would be.
Look at this mountain of a man. Look at this fine specimen. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
The performance is just off the chart over here, man.
While I was trying to learn and improve from better players, Baus was a specifically intriguing player to me. He didn't play the game like anybody else, and he didn't really seem to care about what other people cared about. He had his own strategy, and he executed it to pretty high standard and pretty high success. It is true, he did inspire a lot of brainless fanboys who had no idea what he was doing to just throw away their LP, like a pensioner throwing money at an Indian scam caller. Riot hated the effectiveness of his strategy so much that they've spent a lot of time and effort nerfing it to the ground. But besides his strategy, there is one more thing that Baus exhibits to a very proficient degree that, in my opinion, make him an absolutely outstanding player. But I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm going to show you. And then by the end of this video, if you manage to figure out what it is and you manage to implement this mindset shift, you too will become a better player. At least it worked for me. Money back guaranteed. If it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back. Exhibit 1. The Baus's match history. A disgusting sight to behold. Looking at the Baus's match history makes babies cry. If you stare at it for too long, you're going to go completely insane and start saying things like, Cassante needs a buff. Let's buff ADCs and ADC items, or my personal favorite, Riot is going to fix the League of Legends rank system. Trust me, bro. Absolutely insane. If you look at it, you will see things like the 112 API Relia, or the classic 114 Gragas. But don't worry, there's also good games. There's also the mathematically optimal 2-8 set build, or the 612 AP Jack's top lane. Yeah. I mean, does this man ever even have a positive score? The answer is obviously no. But by the end of this video, you're gonna understand why that is the wrong question to ask. Exhibit 2. Baus plays every League of Legends game like he is auditioning to star in an episode of TLC Hoarders. If it gives gold, he will be all over it more than Gangplank searching for some of that misfortune booty. Baus is the type of guy who would let his mother get ganked for a turret plating, calling it Bausen's Law. If you find yourself in similar situations, I strongly encourage you to call the number down below and get some help. But for what purpose is this treasure goblin wannabe doing this? In the answer to that question lies the true genius of the Baus FFS. Exhibit 3. After every single game of League of Legends, where Baus works super hard to get his KDA to the depths of hell and smite the devil over the head like the true incarnation of God, the Baus does the exact same thing.
Look at his damage. I did do well. I can't believe we lose this game. I cannot believe it. I was so strong.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So he starts coping by showing the amount of damage he deals, right? Exactly. And in this copium, this sweet, sweet copium that the Baus huffs after every single game he plays, lies the truth of his success. So to put the pieces together, the real reason why the Baus is so good at League of Legends is because he understands that the true scoreboard is not his KDA. It's everything else. It's the amount of damage he did. It's the amount of turrets he destroyed. It's the amount of objectives he secured for his team by keeping pressure on different sides of the map. So basically the word of the day is impact. In order to be able to maximize the impact of the game, you will need to gather gold. And KDA is just another way to generate gold, but it is not the only one. As anyone who's ever played with a Kha'Zix player who just steals every single kill only to hover around a team fight and wait for his whole team to die in order to go and farm a jungle camp knows, a player with the highest KDA is not the player who wins. A player who impacts the game the most is the player who is going to win the game. If you want to become a better player, you will learn how to maximize the impact you have on the game. And this is obviously going to depend on the champion and the role you play, so your impact might be the damage you deal, but it may also be the number of ganks or the number of objectives that you secure for your team. It might even be things like the number of hooks you land or the targets you CC. I know what I'm saying is gonna go over a lot of people's heads, but basically, don't use KDA as an indicator to whether or not you've played well. You should switch your mind from thinking of score to thinking of impact. As every laner knows, if a jungler decides that you're not gonna have a good game score-wise, well, you're not gonna have a good game score-wise.
Guys, we're gonna kill Baus 10 times in laning phase, okay? Is he stupid? Why is he warding it? Oh my god, what a drift! I don't care about the win. I care about how many deaths he has. 0-15 is a good number. Get Baus, you are actually... Guys, this guy, guys. Hello, bro. It's your Swedish friend, man. How you doing, man? It's a bad death here because he loses minions here, okay?
I just wanna farm, please.
To give you a quick example, let's say we have two players. Player 1 gets ganked 10 times and dies twice. Player number 2 dies only once, but he doesn't get ganked a single time in the game. So just by judging by the score, you're gonna say that player 1 played worse than player 2. I mean, he has twice as many deaths. However, if we think about it a little bit, we know that that's not true. So player 1 got ganked 10 times and only died twice. He wasted a lot of the jungler's time. That time could have been used to secure objectives, gank other lanes, farm, stuff like that. Therefore, player number 1, even though he died twice as much, has had a more positive impact to his team than player number 2. Basically what I'm saying is look at everything else before you look at the score. And I understand, this is a way harder way to determine how well you've played than just looking at KDA. However, if you successfully manage to make this mindset shift of constantly looking at impact as opposed to looking at score, you will be able to become a better player faster and you will be able to break through some of your plateaus. And at the end of the day, if you can positively impact the game more than your opponent, then the score really doesn't matter. Like, at all. And this is how, despite his horrendously disgusting, putrid, noob-like, boosted, holy moly, what am I looking at, match history, the Baus still remains one of the best players in League of Legends. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me, are you a KDA player or are you a Impact Chad? Good luck in your games, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Your KDA doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is if you win or lose.